So this is my new setup for ceremonies. Basically, um, I can I can play the requested music off of this, and then just like leave it on shuffle or let it play, right? And then I've got my other iPhone that I use for videoing my sets or doing slideshows on TV and stuff that is also hooked into aux here. So all I have to do is kind of fade this down, switch over to this, and then I'm playing what they requested for the entrance. So I still have like control here, but then I can also just kind of like leave this playing, or I could just play everything off the phone. I'll have to decide what I'm gonna do, but having like fade control with a small setup like this, and this is a pretty cool one. It runs on USB-C, so I've got that running on the power bank too. The Shure microphones, of course, big purchase, but will be super valuable because I know I'm giving the clients the best mics that are out there. The fully digital cost me like $1,800, but this system doesn't have a mix out, so I can use like a cable like this, which kind of does the mix out for me. If I just wanted to run directly into that, just to do, but for like, because I could just Bluetooth the music and then run the mics directly in there, but then I don't have an easy way to control the mic volume because of the way the Shure mic thing is set up. So it's better to have like individual control. So each mic is on its own channel. I could even put in a third one for myself. And then I've got, like I said, I've got the phone and I've got the USB backup music too. So I think this is like not a bad little setup. The idea was to actually run the mixer off of the 2-amp power coming out of the back of the speaker. And I think I can do that, but it seemed like there was a little bit of noise. Let's just see what happens. Because now, yeah, so I've got that noise there. Not sure if you can hear that. Yeah, so better just to separate the power, but again, like in a pinch, I'm always thinking about like redundancy. And I think this is like not a bad setup. So we've got two mics individually controlled, an iPhone on this channel, but we can also switch over to USB. So I'll just hit that again, and then I can fade that music in. And this system too is actually pretty cool because you could, if I change the mode, so it's got a Bluetooth option, but then also a recording function. So if they wanted to record the mic, they wanted to record the ceremony onto USB, we could do that, like a board out or something. So I'm sure videographers are going to say, hey, can you give me a line out or something? And yeah, we've got that for them. We've got the RCA. I think that's like a record function. Well, those are inputs, but maybe they could plug in right to the XLRs depending on the setup here. So yeah, kind of intense with this stuff. It's like just trying to figure out like what's a simple way, but you also want to have control and you also want to have that redundancy. When I just had like these mics here, all we needed was just a battery pack, and we ran the music off of a phone. But you got to be on airplane mode and do not disturb. So you really, you don't want to get a phone call in the middle of playing music off your phone for the bride walking down the line. So that's why I think it's always better to kind of have a phone It's got no SIM card in it. It's going to be on airplane mode, no connectivity. So, yeah. And I definitely like to just try to steer away from like using my own phone for anything unless it's like an emergency, because it's my communication device, it's running my hotspot, and I'd rather just not be like playing music on it. Like, God forbid, I have to take a call or I have to move away from the speaker. You don't want to lose Bluetooth connection. So, this is like the process of like kind of building a process that like works, that you can depend on, that like gives you confidence and helps you approach every event that's always going to be different with different not challenges, but just different setups and configurations, and like what makes the most sense. And I think putting this speaker up on this toolbox, throw a black scrim or a white scrim over the whole thing, I think it works great. It really gets the speaker up off the ground, and this thing sounds amazing, right? It really does. Actually, I had people ask me so many times, where did you get that speaker? Because it's really kind of like the biggest Bluetooth speaker that you can get with swappable batteries. So I keep another battery right in here. Obviously, I take this out when I'm playing, music, but just for today, for testing, I'm just leaving it in there. But that's a cool thing. It's just and this case is decent. The wheels kind of rub on it a little bit, but it actually can be, I can carry it like a backpack, which is really amazing. So yeah, for right now, I'm keeping the mixing board and the microphones all in that case. So, and then I just ordered some combo wires, just short mic cables. So like the idea would be like if we're doing a karaoke setup or something, like I have that larger 12 channel Mackie, for more than two mics, two or three mics. But I've ordered kind of like mic combo cables. You got like four of them coming out on one end and four on the other, and just like one short 3-foot cable in between to go from like all my mic transmitters over to my board. And that will cut down on the spaghetti. The mozzarella. Cut the mozzarella. That was a good request. DJ Gio, what's up? We'll see it.